Hello, this is MIT OpenCourseWare-centric World University and Schools news and question and answer on Monday, January 15th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, USA, 7:30 p.m. India Time. And if you'd like to join this open question and answer for MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School, planning online free degrees in all 200 countries and in their main languages as we accredit, please check out Twitter, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and WUaS PRESS also on Twitter for the link to the Zoom URL for this open conversation. I'll save the recordings of this to the current active World University and School YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott MacLeod World University. And as we wait to see if people will join us, I'd like to share a little news with you about recent developments for World University and School. Yoga, good morning to you here. As World University and School proceeds with applying to a Stanford Law Codex fellowship position, applications due by January 19th, 2024, and to develop World University and School with regard to legal questions. And I'll read you the application that I turned in about a week ago for further news about World University and Schools directions. So this is the Stanford Law Codex Stanford Fellowship application. I'm writing to apply for Codex's the Stanford Center for Legal Informatics Resident Fellowship for the 2024-2025 academic year, having participated in Stanford Law Codex weekly meetings since the early to mid 2010s. I continue to be interested in improving the quality, efficiency, and accessibility of the legal system, and potentially via 200 planned online MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School law schools in all 200 countries and in their main languages at wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/World University Law School with some underscores in there, and see my resume for the beginnings of these law schools, URLs, and related wiki schools like patenting and Creative Commons law worldwide. I would also seek to integrate the legal technologies of Codex speakers I've heard. As 501c3 CC4 licensed MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and Schools president, founder, a professor at, and its presiding clerk, loosely in the manner of unprogrammed Quakers, and regarding communal discernment and academic research, and WUaS monthly business meeting, and as the CEO of the WUaS Corporation, a for-profit general stock company legal entity in California, which WUaS incorporated in a Codex presentation in 2017 with an AI chatbot, I'm interested particularly as the originator of 200 planned online WUaS law schools in 200 countries and in their main languages, and 50 US law schools in 50 US states online. I propose to conduct research into WUaS legal technologies and law school as large language models like Google Bard AI, generative artificial intelligence, and especially regarding some of the legal tech areas regarding legal document management, legal infrastructure, computational law, and the Codex blockchain group, about which I've emailed Executive Director Roland Vogel and codex presenters over the years, after many presentations, and in hiring WUaS law faculty and researchers too, potentially out of codex networks and projects. One codex WUaS fellowship project will include developing Iowa Supreme Court cases with machine learning and for predicting future outcomes with large language models, and potentially teaching about this here at the Iowa Law School at WUaS, a wiki school already up in English. Since code is law, and building on the collaboration between Stanford Law and Stanford Engineering in this fellowship position, the legal technology research questions I propose are very broad. I would like to examine how World University and Schools, 200 planned law schools in 200 countries in their main languages, as well as WUS's 42 majors, which you can see at worlduniversityandschool.org, emerging from CC4 MIT OCW itself, which URL is ocw.mit.edu, currently in its 4 languages, could interoperate and emerge into co-inform Stanford University's 80 departments. And the URL for that is stanford.edu/list/academic via Stanford Engineering Coding, and conceptually in a realistic virtual Earth for everything, and in one iterating realistic virtual Earth universe as operating system. And think Google Street View, Maps, Earth, TensorFlow AI, Translate, etc., with little Pegman becoming, for example, digital twins, as well as avatar agent electronic health records, and see Twitter hashtags too. This would include legal technology questions and developing with law a number of the following items. 1, WUaS partnering with Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency in 200 countries and in space, also as legal technologies, and with Pi cryptocurrency usable in the physical digital WUaS educational services stores in 200 countries and in main languages. And you can see the beginning WUS educational services stores at worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html, and academic press in 7,168 known living languages, which with machine translation. But also, for example, to buy and sell molecules, molecular compounds, and for modeling and regulating atmospheric gases, brainstorming-wise. Another point, too, for legal technology questions in developing WUS with the law. Reimbursement to World University and School via Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency, or in US dollars or similar, from 200 countries' departments of education, for their students studying for free to students CC4 licensed MIT OCW centric online law degrees, as well as bachelor, PhD, MD, medical doctor, IB high school or similar, AAAS, and master's degrees, and potentially with a law or pre-law focus too. Third item, approximately 200 nation states buying Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency from the WUaS Corporation in partnership with Pi Network, and with listing the WUS Corporation on the Silicon Valley Long-Term Stock Exchange, and as 1, the WUS Corporation, 2, Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency, Pi Network, and 3, the Silicon Valley Long-Term Stock Exchange itself, each develop their individual legal technology relationships with the state of California's Franchise Tax Board, the FTB, and especially legal tech questions concerning WUaS seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number at the following URL, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/u_at_world_university. Pi cryptocurrency, and in a realistic virtual Earth for genetics, including for emerging aging reversal and extreme longevity genetic drugs, and with a very long time horizon over the centuries and millennia. 4, humanoid and other robotics in a physical, digital, realistic virtual Earth for robotics, including with Lego robotics, of which WUaS is an authorized reseller of 3 kits in the USA, including potentially with Toyota camping vans with Toyota humanoid robotics, as 2 autonomous AI ML systems, artificial intelligence machine learning systems, in 200 countries and in their main languages, and as WUaS faculty homes, and iterating multimedia spaces too. And with THR3, Toyota Humanoid Robotic 3 robots becoming MD professors, for example, and for telerobotic mobile surgery, and with robots also to run the WUaS educational services stores and drive the AI ML delivery vans, Waymo, as WUaS seeks at the same time to explore with the legal implications of employing 2.5 million people in all 7,168 living languages over, for example, the next 50 to 75 years, etc. 5, World University and School Music School, and for quasi or real-time music making and online symphony orchestras in 200 countries, and for all musical instruments in all languages ever, each a wiki school or subject. And 6, lastly, and launching World University and School MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki WUaS from the Stanford campus, and financially too. To conclude, regarding Codex legal tech questions and an iterating realistic virtual Earth, even as an operating system at the Street View with Time Slider, G cell view, G molecule view, G atom view, etc. levels, WUaS seeks to engage something like the Stanford DOERR School of Sustainability researchers gain early access to Google Earth Engine, October 28, 2022, article online, such that WUaS legal technologies, cross-disciplinary research, and regarding World University and Schools 200 law schools would seek to develop a realistic virtual Earth for everything emerging from Google Street View with Time Slider, Maps Earth, TensorFlow, AI, etc. WUaS might thus code a new Stanford Law Codex project beyond the existing approximately 11 projects that Stanford Codex has going, complementing its computational law focus, e.g. on self-driving cars and robots. World University and School is especially interested in the legal questions of a realistic virtual Earth in a physical digital conversation regarding atoms and pixels, correlations too, and with film to 3D apps. And conceptually, in Google Street View with Time Slider regarding 3D n-dimensional modeling and digital twins, for example, too. And as emerging realistic virtual reality, augmented reality, and regarding these 12 main subjects at WUaS and their related Twitter hashtags too at worlduniversityandschool.org, such as a realistic virtual Earth for languages or a realistic virtual Earth for anthropology. What are key legal questions regarding ethno-wiki virtual world graphy and STEAM wiki virtual world graphy, science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, a new theory and method where we can all co-build a virtual Earth, and for emergent online, physical, digital, STEM field sites. The legal questions in developing all of this and concurrently in beginning these 200 WUAS online law schools and 50 in US states and similar in all 200 countries, and in developing the WUAS wiki in Miraheza Media Wiki with around 750 wiki pages presently, basically in English only so far, and interoperating it with Wikidata's structured knowledge database for artificial intelligence and machine learning too, a sort of back-end structured knowledge database, in Wikipedia's 300 languages, and in developing the realistic virtual Earth for STEM especially, with a potential focus on developing a high-performance realistic virtual Earth, with Stanford's remarkable talent and huge excellent university, and with faculty, WUAS faculty, Stanford faculty, alumni, and entrepreneurial networks are numerous regarding who owns this, regarding Creative Commons licensing too, and how to code for this for the very long term. As president and CEO of MIT OpenCourseWare Centric Wiki World University and School, the opportunity to do research in all of these regards with Stanford Law, with Stanford Engineering, could benefit Stanford University itself enormously in amazing and innumerable new ways far into the future. Thank you for your consideration of this application. So that's the first news item for today, January 15th, 2014. The second news item I'd like to share with you, and I'll just check to see if there is anyone online seeking to join the conversation. Not yet that I can see. The second item I'd like to share with you, this is agenda item 1. The next curated coaching for World University and School WUAS meeting is on Thursday, January 18th, 2024. And World University and School was first invited to a first one of these via Stanford LBAN, Latino Business Action Network, in a Chase Bank collaboration, JP Morgan Chase, on Friday, December 8th, 2023. So I sent last week an email to the next curated coach, potentially, Samantha G, and the first curated coaching coach, Jenny Ling, as well as Sean Flaherty, Steve Camber, managing director at Morgan Stanley. Sean Flaherty is a lawyer in Pittsburgh and a former state of Pennsylvania representative. 2 Chase bankers in Shady Side community on Walnut Street in a Chase Bank, Sid Mazumdar of Health and Human Services, Nick Thompson, Esquire, a lawyer in Pittsburgh as well, and Peter Norvig, a head of Google AI, the following email. It was really great to talk with you, Jenny Ling, curated coaching, Stanford LBAN in a Chase Bank collaboration on Friday, December 8th. Looking forward to talking next Thursday, January 18th, in the new Google Meet URL, which I just received recently as an update. Item 1.1. As we discussed at the meeting and brainstorming wise further, if you were Chief Operating Officer Jenny Ling of WUAS and thinking wise, one thing MIT OpenCourseWare Centric Wiki World University and School needs to develop is the next steps for accreditation with Middle States Commission on Higher Education with offices in the greater Philadelphia area, along with the State of PA Department of Education licensure, for which WUAS has already received authorization in around January of 2023, but for which WUAS doesn't have the $5,000 or the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, MISH, fees. And MISH has a $1,500 pre-application fee last time I checked, and $5,000 application fee. It requires WUAS, Middle States Commission on Higher Education requires WUAS to have a business plan for further steps in accreditation. How would this work? And regarding our January 18th, 2024 meeting on, quote, understanding options for business funding, and brainstorming wise with you as Chief Operating Officer, Jenny Ling, or Samantha G. And could someone in this circle or network of the people I emailed, mentioned above, take on this WUAS accreditation licensure process, please, as well? And in communication with Middle States Commission on Higher Education Representative Connie Clifton, Sean Flaherty, Esquire, someone in your law office near Walnut Street in the Shadyside community of Pittsburgh, possibly even, please. Same agenda item, subsection 2. I just applied for Stanford Law Codex Fellowship position, and my application gives one a clear direction of the broad directions MIT OpenCourseware Centric Wiki World University and School is heading in. Including potentially moving back west from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in asylum to the San Francisco Bay Area. And when I potentially leave Pittsburgh to head to Stanford University, as well as to the SF Bay Area's East Bay to Canyon, California, 94516 in the next months too, regarding potentially the 2 flagship WUAS educational services stores in Pittsburgh, which I hope we might talk about on Thursday, January 18th. One medium-sized physical store on Walnut Street in Shadyside, and one large-sized physical WUAS educational services store in the fairly recently closed Walmart store in the Waterworks Mall near Fox Chapel suburb in Pittsburgh. And even with Toyota humanoid robots and similar running these physical digital stores, brainstorming-wise, and with Toyota vans, partly camping, as WS faculty and student homes too, as a second AI autonomous system, doing deliveries with Toyota THR3s, humanoid robots too. Subsection 3. Lastly, since the WS Corporation is an authorized reseller of 3 Lego robotics kits, 2 of which are now retired in the USA only presently, see the World University and School.org /academicpress.html. How pleased to develop the physical digital WUAS educational services stores relationship with Lego Education and planning for each of all 200 countries and in their official languages. And I've just signed up for another Lego Education presentation on January 25th, 2024, in some of these regards, with some Lego URLs where you can sign up, possibly for this Lego Education Robotics Computer Science presentation as well, where the digital part of the WUAS educational stores may be in a realistic virtual earth for Lego robotics, and see the this Twitter hashtag, and in something like Google Street View with TimeSlider, Gtranslate, etc., but also for computer science robotics, for WUAS home robotics developments, and even with planning for Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency. You can begin to mine your own Pi daily, get free money daily at minepi.com/SGKMAC to become a main worldwide single cryptocurrency in all 200 countries. And as WUAS seeks to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number at wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org /wiki/u_at_world_university, and well beyond coding for speakers of all 7,168 known living languages. Thanks so much, best wishes, and see you on 1/18/24. Scott, there's a blog post for this as well. South Africa, King Protea, South Africa. Agenda item, next agenda item, which is either 2 or 3, how you count it. Aging reversal genetic drug therapies now for muscle wasting, vision, hearing, energy, and the 8 or so aging processes that George Church mentions in a 1 minute long video, in a 60 minutes video with Scott Pelley or Scott Pellier. How can we get them? For all of these things, and possibly promising experimental early ones. Also, how could MIT OpenCourseWare centric Wiki World University and Schools Planned Academic Medical Center and WUaS Longevity Genetics Institute in Canyon 94516 generate these from a physical, digital, realistic virtual earth for pharmacology, pharmaceuticals, and for genomics, too, at the Google Street View with time slider with G cell view, G molecular view levels. There's some recent sets of tweets about a new FDA approval process for imports of drugs from Canada. And also, I just tweeted this morning a set of tweets on how all 200 countries may well want to export their even genetic drug innovations for also aging reversal and extreme longevity into the USA also. And how will this work? Potentially also for USA approving these imports. Well, this FDA recent approval process for drugs from Canada into Florida may be one avenue for these regards. Would the USA approve all 200 countries parallel FDA organizations that are licensing their drugs? Or would the FDA seek to approve those 200 countries' drugs as well? Stay tuned. Complex questions. Agenda item 2A, it's the third agenda item for today. How will lifelong learning work at World University and School? What will this entail with extreme longevity and aging reversal genetic drugs if we live for centuries or millennia or longer? Agenda item 3, how could MIT OpenCourseWare centric World University and Schools planned WUaS Longevity Genetics Institute in Canyon 94516 create aging reversal genetic therapies from a physical, digital, realistic virtual earth for pharmacology? How can we do it ourselves? And have been exploring creating a WUaS academic medical center with a virtual warm water cure, virtual Harbin Hot Springs, with a WUaS Longevity Genetics Institute in Canyon, California 94516 for quite a while now, here in Asylum in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania. Agenda item 4, can AI decode the music you're listening to? Field notes. This is a short 4-minute YouTube video that popped up on my smartphone yesterday from Google Research regarding Timo Denk, Timodenk, at Google Zurich, and Yu Takagi at Osaka University in Japan, and their Music LM program. I think it's Timo Denk's Music LM program, which reconstructed music someone was listening to from fMRI brain scans and blood flows, and then played this reconstruction from the program. The research also looks at dopamine and potentially enjoyment of music. Check out this 4-minute video. This has much relevance even for possibly loving Bliss neurophysiology research that World University and School is interested in proceeding with. Timo Denk has also, I think, done work on trying to identify the age of someone from people's pictures with machine learning, also potentially very relevant for aging reversal research on the digital side, and even in a Google Street View with time slider infrastructure. Agenda item 4A, also regarding loving Bliss. So it's a set of tweets for WUaS loving Bliss, WUaS neurophysiology, WUaS dopamine, on-off switch, WUaS research, all hashtags at Twitter. Music LM program reconstructed music someone was listening to from fMRI brain scans, then played it. World University and School would explore how this might work even in a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs from home in our bathtubs, which might be newly designed as hot tubs as well for maintaining the warmth of the water at about 98 degrees Fahrenheit for ongoing realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs research in digital masks, with digital headbands, with digital brainwave headsets, WUaS sensors in brand new ways, and for soaking at virtual Harbin from home. Exciting. Agenda item 5, abolition movement growth at World University and School. Two sets of tweets. World University and School is seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on planet Earth at @_world_university in 200 countries. wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki nation_states. Each a major online WUaS university that's MIT open courseware centric, and for speakers of all 7,168 living languages to protect people and to end poverty, and potentially via growing an abolition movement, abolishing the wrongful buying and selling of people in the illegal sex, drugs, violence, exotic animals, weapons, nuclear, etc. industries in all 200 countries and in their main languages, potentially with 200 online law schools at World University and School in all 200 countries. Item 5A and last item, with Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency, minepi.com/SGKMAC, abolition movement growth at World University and School, potentially with UBI experiments, universal basic income experiments, in seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet at World University to protect people and to end poverty. All the best abolitionally. See you soon. I'll put the recording of this video in the current active World University and School YouTube video channel, youtube.com/Scott MacLeod World University /videos. The recording from last week's WUaS News and Question and Answer on January 8th, 2024 is on this YouTube channel for World University and School. Monthly business meeting is next Saturday, January 20th, 2024 for MIT OpenCourseWare Centric Wiki World University and School WUaS monthly business meeting at 12 noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And the next WUaS News and Question and Answer is on Monday, January 22nd, at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Until then, stay in touch via YouTube and Twitter, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH, twitter.com/WUaS Press. Till that time, here are the World University and School URLs, both wings, I'm holding up on a sticker. Happy yoga, and see you on Saturday or Monday next. Thanks.